Okay, I'm gonna stop this music now. I feel like those are the type of music that will make you like go insane the more it repeats itself. Okay, I saw that though because the thing I do before streams and when I put up that like just starting stream is that I get my water, I I go to the bathroom and just so I am freshly empty so it doesn't bother when I'm streaming. And then I from this time too, I got a snack because I do intend to do like a longer stream this time because I realize my stream tomorrow might be a little different. So I intend to do a longer stream of Ace Attorney tonight. So got myself a snack. It's cheese bread. Hi, Isle. And I literally saw as I was like exiting the bathroom that it disconnected, and then as I was coming back with my snack that it disconnected again. So ain't that great? Let's meet my husband once again. I miss him. The Ace Attorney Chronicles isn't without him. Is it the same without him? Wait a second, where's mine? Where is my? There it goes. It's hiding under the pillow. Because I always have like a just like a simple handkerchief here to wipe my face. Well, I never expected this. Who'd have thought we'd be back here again so soon? We are on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the Zog, it may well be his or her one and only time in court, and it could be life-changing. I guess they haven't worked out parole in this timeline yet. It's just wait, yeah. Like if I'm applying his Natsume's case to current times, even if he is found guilty for like attack, it isn't murder. So at the best, he's gonna get like prison time, and if he's on good behavior, he could get parole, which could then land him again in another court hearing. I guess that just doesn't happen in this time period. You're just tried once and that's it for the rest of your life. Cheese bread, yeah, it's so good. Like the very soft bread, soft and airy, and then there's like a crust of cheese on top. Oh, it's so good. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Oh, would you put it like that? You're quite right. Good morning? Oh, it's him. Mr. Natsume. Good morning. Oh dear. Are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Out of jail for like 6 months when the original sentence was 10 years. Pretty disgusting. I mean, yeah, that's like, I don't want to, I'm like putting it just in, there's a lot of situations about like jail times and trials, but I'm just putting it here in this, basic situation we have in Natsume's case. He didn't do it, but he is being framed for doing it. So even if like he doesn't have me, the amazing Ace Attorney, defending him, if he has like good behavior, he can like what do you call it? Be eligible for parole? I don't know if that's the right term to use for it. Wait a second, I just realized my OBS is kinda large. It's currently a big boy and I can't see all of my analytics. Yeah, I mean like there are definitely like some cases like that here in the modern justice you know. But let's take it back to simpler times. Well, the simple times Ace Attorney, Britain and Japan likes to present to us. Yes, I've heard that expression. But I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but it was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. Oh god. And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. Do all literate people take things so literally? Oh, you're a trove of joys, Naruhodo. Thank you for putting your fate on us today, Mr. Natsume. Oh, what's wrong? I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble. You are trembling just fine by the looks of it. Really? Because I can feel tremors on the floor. I can't do this. I can't take it. Oh no. Welcome student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yeah? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, but yeah, I guess. Now you put like a sad thought in my head. Because I don't know if you were here in the first case, but the first case was an English woman killing someone in Japanese soil and she got off scot-free. But now we have like a Japanese person that is accused of doing a crime on English soil, and like it's only the harshest of treatments. But I guess yeah, there are a lot of irregularities irregularities on the first case, so yeah, it's not a complete one-to-one comparison. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Mrs. Sato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. So that all-knowing look on your face is just coincidence then, is it? Don't hide the truth from me! It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Oh, that is a face of a man who's looking down at his grave. Lord Van Seeks? Why are you surprised? We have known all along that he's gonna be the prosecutor. Is that right, Mr. Sato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes, Lord Van Seeks is on the front page of every one. If Ace Attorney had a version where you were the prosecutor, there is, I believe, but not in a way you're probably thinking. Because if you know the first games where it was like Phoenix Wright versus Miles Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth gets his own games. So technically you are playing as a prosecutor, quotation marks, but not in the way you're probably thinking. And also I feel like that notion just that okay, actually yeah, I kind of like the idea, like a game in Van Zeek's perspective would be nice, because they did mention that Van Zeek's only like targets the truly corrupts or the violent criminals. I was gonna say, like, if you were playing as a prosecutor for a case like this, where we know and all signs kind of lead to the victim being not guilty, it isn't like a very refreshing or it isn't a very nice experience, I would say, right? Because you're technically like you have to fight for your cause. I feel like that's the thing with these games. Like, I actually find it interesting, like in the third case, where you're like actively going against or not actively, you were kinda going against your own defendant. But technically that was also wrong. You shouldn't do that as a defense attorney. sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Same in the defense? Isn't like that also the premise of the third, what do you call it? The third case? I mean, it was pretty much clear that he was guilty, right? Oh, you weren't here in the end? But yeah, like, the man had like a maniacal laugh when he was like proposed not guilty. Which was the third? The third was the one when we first met met Zeke's, and we were defending that rich Irish dude. And was that cool jacket guy in the clock tower? That was the opening of it, yeah. It was the one where the scene of the crime was like an omnibus. Yes, Dr. Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Ah, okay. But yeah, that was basically like the. I don't think it's a spoiler now because it was being actively talked about. But Ryunosuke very much what do you call it? Very much suspected that the defendant he was defending was actually guilty, or at least if not guilty for the murder that was being pinned on him, he was like guilty of something. The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Ziek's return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. The trial of Magnus McGilded. Ugh, what a harrowing experience that was. Yeah, this is exactly what I meant, Isle. Yeah, him. He was the third case. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon? For what appears to be a mundane murder. Murder? Wait! Is this referring to like the McGilded case, not our case? Because the victim here isn't dead. She's just like in a coma or injured. That's the question the papers are asking. And they're also speculating various answers. Mundane? It's the most significant saga of the century for some of us! Oh dear, I mean no offense, Mr. Natsume, but that is how the papers are describing it. Yeah, it's not a murder! The victim is still alive! Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. But there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Yes, I agree. Look up soon, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you. Wait. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get turned down the moment I like advance the text box. But are you saying that Van Zieks is returning for me? Is for me? Wait, what? What? What is what? Is Van Zieks returning for me? Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Well, Todd, it is you who stands against the legendary prosecutor. It can only be. Oh, I mean, to be honest, if they did another one, that would be the third time Naruhodo has been like blamed as the killer. That would be so fucking funny. It's not even a twist anymore, it's overused. Like, how many times are you afraid for being a murderer in your life? It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper. Well, okay, now he's saying something of that effect, Isle. Please, I don't rub soldiers with Deathbringers. I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. Hi, Darth! Hello, hello! I kind of mentioned it earlier, but I hope I will try to attempt a longer stream today. So that's why I bought snacks with me for once. Because my schedule is a bit confusing at the moment because I feel like tomorrow I'm gonna have like a big Gartic phone collab with a bunch of other VTubers. But the time is different from when I usually stream Ace Attorney. So I don't think I'll be able to stream Ace Attorney tomorrow. Wait, let me like do the mental maths of what time it should start. I feel like it should be around... Yeah, Garlic phone. Wait, actually, we have a schedule. Let me look at my Discord real quick. Trying to see a time on it. Wait, I'm confusion. Oh, wait! Wait. Wait, I'm trying to fucking think. Because technically this is like a Friday stream to me. Even though I'm doing it at 11 p.m. on a Thursday. I count it as like a Friday stream. And on Saturday, we have that garlic phone event, collab. But yeah, it's very confusing. I'm not saying I can finish this case tonight, but I will make an attempt. It could only be another example of Mr. Naruhodo. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. It was Saturday. Wait, is it Saturday? Wait. Oh no, what the fuck? Did they change the time? Huh. Apparently it's on May 22, 1998. Yes, that is a time. 9 a.m. GMT plus 8. Wait, so that's Sunday actually. What the fuck? I thought it was Saturday. Okay, never fucking mind. I guess I will stream. Actually, no, let me fucking figure this out. I'm confused. No, this is a Friday stream, and I told myself that I won't stream on weekend, so I won't stream tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm a fucking disaster at planning. So yeah, long stream today, I won't stream tomorrow, and then on Sunday, I will stream Garlic Phone in the collab. Thanks for that. It's 9 a.m. I think it's around like our Dungeons and Dragon time, unfortunately, Isle. Oh! This is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such a frail fortune? Well, do you want me here or not? By the least lucky lawyer alive! Okay, I'm fucking walking out of here, dude. Fucking bullshit. I did not come for here. I did not come here to be disrespected like this. Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Yeah. Do you have a lot of other options here, Mr. Natsume? Yes, it's true that I'm just a student, new to London, with little in the way of experience or skills, or luck. But I promise you this. I will fight your corner until the bitter end, and I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side. Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant, Mrs. Sato Esquire. Non-locum assistant. I am in your debt forever. I shall never forget this great kindness of Mr. Natsume, counsel for the defense. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. Alright then, Mr. Natsume. It's time. Let's go. Let's go meet my hubby! I'm so fucking ready! Yeah! I'm gonna meet him, I'm gonna meet him, I'm gonna meet my man, I'm gonna meet my man. This is it. My second appearance in a British court. And my second trial against the Reaper. Ah! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I didn't answer this. They can't just, like, they sprung that on me like when I least expect him. It's like a thick fast and I just got pied in the face. You can't just show my other man like that while I was simping for my new man. Don't do that. I'm gonna feel guilty now. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because this time, I won't let my fate waver. I believe in my client to the last. Hey, come on, Kazuma. You can't judge me for moving on too fast. You disappeared just as fast. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Nope, that was awkward. Kazuma, please look away. And I'm stepping over the vampire man. Oh fucking god. Hey! Wait a second. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. Oh god, he's still in a panic. Yeah? What's that? What are those dots supposed to mean, Manzies, huh? Fucking god! The Nipponese are a truly fascinating breed. Oh my god, I'm so scared now. Because I watched another streamer, a much bigger streamer, and they were like calling out some slurs apparently in the game. And now I'm scared I might accidentally say one without knowing it. Because the slurs were like very, I don't know, they aren't like the usual ones. Sorry, what? I'm assuming Nipponese isn't actually a slur though. Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. These whips are so shiny. I want to kiss them. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago. A mere amateur. Yeah, you would have seen all of that when we were doing that trial. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. What the fuck? He keeps saying stuff like that, like typical stuff. But to say typical would mean that you know someone else with the same characteristics, right? Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, sorry about that, Al, but the fact that you typed that in chat actually gave me a warning. Yeah, I saw it, don't worry. But yeah, I know those as well. But I feel like the way he says that is like a fucking slur. And apparently there was another one. I'm typing it in chat. That one, but replace the asterisk with a Y. Apparently that was a slur, and I accidentally said that, so I'm very sorry, I didn't know. Oops. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Susato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Oh god, it's so early and he already needs a drink. Very true. And a most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. You would know! Here's to the acquitted, and his unfortunate, violent end. You can't just do that. Van Zieks, that looks so suspicious. Thank you, Counsel. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? Oh shit! Oh no! This was like the witness from the other case, but I forgot what voice I gave! You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Yeah, that's what I looked up to. I looked it up too because it didn't sound like, you know. Well, I guess you wouldn't know. I mean, because apparently it isn't like one of those flagged words. Yeah, I googled it and I didn't get, like, I don't get it. Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. Wait 1 second, guys, 1 second. Wait. Oh god, I can't see. One second. Okay, I can see again. Try to be PC. Political? Yeah. I mean, yeah. From what I understood, the source of it is like there was a show or a play or something like that had that as someone. Okay, am I back? Wow, I didn't like that when we were talking about that, but yeah, from long and short of it is, I think what happened was that is the name of a character that was portrayed very, like, in a very negative light, and it was also a character of color, of that nationality, and before it was just like you know those like Weasley moneylender type of character, but recently it got used by someone big as like to target the whole race, and that's what I understand of it. So like it's very bad, but it wasn't supposed to be like a slur until some big person used it as such. Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. He looks... What? He looks like the most basic bitch I've ever seen. I can't even think of a voice to give him. Like, if you told a 5-year-old to close their eyes and draw a man in like the late 1950s, this is what they would draw, or this is what they would imagine. Oh, well, mummy, when you see what you get, what you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow. I'm afraid to say, I think it's quite possible that mustache foreigner did the deed. Why is she a juror? Oh my god, why is she a part of the jury?
right now. What are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway.
Why are you a jury member? You cannot come here with preconceived biases. Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statements, if you'd please, Lord Van Zeeks. Bear with me, Great Britain decided. Oh, I can't even do the Great Britain because my nose is so clogged. Great Britain signed an alliance with the rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today. Darth, I don't think it was your internet. I think it was my internet that took a dip. The accused in the talk today is a student from the same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, the student is accused of the most sinister act. Jesus! Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street.
A knife crime? I tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst bloody oath they are.
Yeah, you would know. You would know.
Just look at that sallow expression, complexion, and shirt stitcher. He's what?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna read that out loud. Holy shit.
Come on, Dad, let's get this over with. Come with me, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, didn't quite catch that.
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Why are you a witness? Is that allowed? Is that allowed for him to be a witness? But he's the police. And he was like in charge of investigating this. Is this allowed? Your name and occupation, please. Can't we just have like Iris bribe him into like talking favorably for Natsume?
Yes, Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard.
Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector?
Since you asked so nicely. The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green.
You sound like someone from Pokemon. You sound like someone named to be like a Pokemon companion or a Pokemon rival. I beg your pardon, Inspector? Thought to be.
Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since.
What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector.
So, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, at around 5 in the afternoon.
I'm surprised people call 5 the afternoon. For us here in the Philippines, that is like close to nighttime. Or evening. Or at the very least, that would be like dusk. Oh wait, is it dawn? I forgot. It happened on a pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles.
It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street.
Oh, it came from up. I thought it came like from down.
Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back.
Wait a second. Am I? Wait a second. Is this allowed? Because he wasn't there, right? He wasn't there at the scene of the crime when it happened, but he's just claiming that he approached her from behind. And we know from Natsume's tellings that he was like literally just walking behind her because he went from the bookstore. Is this allowed? This is not allowed to be like a witness testimony.
Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course.
This is the case file.
This is the case file. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far.
Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. Case file. Shush. 1 second. 1 second, let's see. Young woman rendered unconscious following the stab wound to the back. Olive green female, Southfield, early 20s. Pavement on Briar Road. Reporting officer Rolly Beat. The victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from the single stab wound from a large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. What of the weapon that was used?
So, I have it here. It was removed from the victim's back.
Ouch. That big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the streets now. Cut the Inosuke. You have a giant sword sling on your hip. I'm pretty sure anyone who has that knife would be more scared of you. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab that poor woman. Even the scragged looking Soseki-san, I suppose. A common or garden jackknife, I would say, rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The guard will take as evidence. Hey, now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume?
Wait. Hey! What?
Wait! I can finally confirm something. Okay, he's 34, and Rad Zeeks is... Oh my god, he's 32. They do not. If I showed you these two pictures, who would you assume was the older one? Oh my god. How are you older than him? Wait, I'm supposed to like look at something. Oh, the tip is broken. Just the tip? Oh, look here, Mr. Naruto. Just the tip! A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Mrs. Sato. I wonder what could have happened to it. Yes, you don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Oh dear, I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful. Is there nothing else? Just a tip. Wait. Oh, no. There's something in the middle. There's something in the middle. Aside from... Oh, that just closes it. Okay. Okay, just the tip. From what I could tell from looking at the woman's possessions,
It seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had she had anything much worth pinching, my lord.
I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim?
I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting secondhand stores, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim.
Ryunosuke, the witnesses are speaking. You can't do that! If theft and grievance had been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for starving the young woman? Yet you arrested that man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way. Why would you do that? And then just see how he did that? Why are you like this? Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery.
Oh dang, the gallery is having a party then.
But your words have soured its hollowed bouquet. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here.
What?
Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question.
Fake plop!
Bro, wasting wine, he could at least give it to me. Oh, no, I feel like I don't think it's wasting. I feel like the people at the gallery had like a good sip in it. That is to say, they are sipping it off of the floor. Which, to be honest, me. Like, if I was in the public gallery right now, all you'd be hearing there's. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student.
Yes, sir! As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred.
I see they are also people of culture. Do you think that, like, seats behind the prosecution desk, like, cost actual money? Like, people will actually fight for their lives to have, like, a seat behind the prosecution desk just so that they can catch some of that wine.
And there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to.
Aha. And as I've heard from Sherlock, apparently even the Scotland Yard can't do that. So someone is lying here. Either Sherlock took credit for finding him, which is unlikely because you literally just had to hound his ass to work on your case, or you're taking the credit for what Sherlock did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming the one directly behind him is the most expensive seat, probably the best seat. Old books, you say?
Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident.
This is... This is like a weird don't know if it's just like an artistic thing, but it's so weird that the snow is only like, how do I explain? The snow is only clear around her body. Like, it is so weird. I wonder if that's just like an art thing or that's a clue. Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books in which you are referring. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. Crime scene photo. You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary.
Well, Forgive me, Lord Vanzix, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it.
What are you doing, Mrs. Sato? To go on.
Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, now you mention it. When we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had all happened. As I was walking along the accused pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slab of stone at my feet. Still, why is the snow so, like, cleared around her? I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me back to my accursed lodgings. A green overcoat. Well, that's exactly what the woman in the print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he is guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else at the time, just the two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there is nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. A fact that the accused concedes. It was in this cross-examination that proved to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. They're not even sitting next to each other? Who are not sitting next to each other? Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. Well, it's time to press everything. Bruh, that isn't first. That isn't first. Don't you dare assume that is first. He's not as cute. 10 to 5 o'clock afternoon, what to do, light fog. A little fog, you say?
A little fog, you say?
Well, light for London. You can see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther, though. That's light, is it? Around these parts, yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. I've read that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. How quaint. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate. I see. At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes, you can't even see your own hands at the end of your arm. Indeed, the other day, I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Sasato-san and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen. Yeah. Definitely love that casual racism they drop. wait, no, you don't love them. You shouldn't love them, but yeah. Like, can we all just be very clear that the casual racism they drop is just like fucking. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. Why? Because did you move to the other side of the city? A fact no doubt lamented by the accused. What else do we have? Oh, we have the map. So they said they went from down here. Ultimate, your books. Up. Oh, no. I feel like time is important for some reason. It doesn't say time here. Never mind. How are you able to say that with any certainty? Quite simply, my learned friend, because that is what the witness to the crime have told us. Ah yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right. One of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard. That is correct, ma'am. Oh, little bitch. Then we must hear their testimony. The prosecution will of course call them to the stand, should it be necessary. But wait a minute. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. Ah, see, yeah, that was what I was wondering. Why would they call it afternoon when it's already dark? I would call that evening. No matter how light the fog may have been, no one could have seen. I'm unaware of the situation in your tiny island in the east. Yep, there it is. I'm half tempted to make a joke about a casual racism counter, but no, I do not want that on my stream. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated in the night by gas streetlights. Ah! The prosecution believes there would have been ample light by which to witness the crime. Quite, here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. Which means we really need to hear those witness statements. If I could just get through to the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to. It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue your testimony, Inspector. The victim is stabbed behind. From behind, you say? That's right. As you can see from this print. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. As you say, this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in a critical condition, comatose no less. I'm afraid so, my lord, yes. She's being treated at Bart's. I was hopeful that she'd come around before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own accounts of events. Luck is on our client's side, it seems. Oh, a little patoot! I wish that. The one thing that I'm kind of sad when he's like gaining confidence as a lawyer is that those like very weak patoot slabs are like few and far in between now. Bro didn't eat anything. Oh, that was literally me the other stream. But now I am ready. I brought snacks to stream if I ever get ready in the middle of it. On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid. I'm surprised you did that with a response. No, these are my bread. Oh, actually, yeah, sure. You can get some if you want. It's a whole bag of cheese bread. But yeah, like the start of this case, and I was so hungry, and we had to talk to Gregson a lot, and he was just munching on that fish and chips, and I was, give.
This is also cute. Mr. Natsume's belongings. I think you'll find it all there in the photographic print of the crime scene.
Those are indeed 3 books. Yes, the 3 books on the floor.
That's right, my lord. Second-hand books. They were, irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course.
The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand, which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. What kind of plan do you think this is, though? He goes to the bookstore, stabs someone, and then goes back? What do you think the situation here is? We also have this, which is, right, 3 books.
He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close that one avenue escape we might have had before we even knew it was there.
You mean to say the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back?
That must be what happened, my lord. Yes.
Second to the last. Yeah. Yeah, don't you just really love it when you like read a book and it compels you to do murder? It's kind of like that one TikTok. What was it? That guy was saying, "Mom, Dad, I just saw Batman and I was really inspired and I want to be him in the future." And then he goes like bang bang and shoots a parent. That is definitely how this case went. Yeah, Mr. Natsume read a book about knifing someone in the back and he definitely wanted to try it. The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookstore on a daily basis.
Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature.
I commend the accused on the lofty subject matters of his scholarly attention. Oh, shut the fuck up! I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah, that just made me realize it's probably a big thing in Japan to like learn the English literature, but then for people who speak English to me already, it's probably like useless. Which now reminds me of the John Mulaney sketch. Like, I paid $200,000 to study a language that I already spoke.
The bookroom was stacked full to the ceiling with those musty old books.
Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector?
Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid.
Where is it? Bourbon Books? Bourbon Books is the name of the place, right? That's not right.
The closest second-hand bookshop to the accuser's lodging is this place here, Bourbon Books. A little place in the corner of Briar Road and Meerschaum Street. As it happens, the accuser is currently living in the lodgings on the other side of Briar Road at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this.
Or, well, what if he crossed the street to begin with? What if, like, Upon exiting the corner of the bookstore, he already crossed the street. So he was walking on the left side of Briar Road. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. But also, that's wrong. Because you have this, and it's from your books. I want to look at the map. I feel like that's the inconsistency then. Because he's saying that he got his books from your books, not Bourbon books. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from from that particular shop. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be a vital... Thanks, game. Thanks. Thank you very much. I didn't ask for a hint, but I guess, sure. Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made being the bookshop's name. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it might be of vital importance. Maybe? Oh, well, you know, I mean, yes, it could be a very important clue. Very well. Not that I can see it being of any great significance, but please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? One is my home from Mormon books. What's the other one? I kind of want to press tattoo because I feel like... Because it might be important regarding the name of the books. I'll skip this for now because it's the one we got and like press this first. You asked for the help of the famous detective, Herlock Sholmes, to locate the defendant, I believe. Stuff and nonsense. Sorry? That jacket office, that busybody, just comes and sticks his oar whether we ask him or not. But you did though! He said it himself that you guys like ambushed him at the train station to like fix your case. But according to what I have here, Mr. Sholmes was shown to be at this was shown to the scene by Scotland Yard detectives. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Well, that was nothing to do with me. The lads at the scene must have done it without my permission. I see. Ah! I'm being attacked by fish and chips. I tell him time and again, whenever something happens, send word to headquarters. Then follow your bloomin' instructions. Ah, you think they have bloomin' onions here? You probably love that. I see. No, the chips! Give them to me! If that meddler gets his hands on any details, we'll all be reading it in Rand's magazine next month. And you can bet your last farting? You can bet your last farting that I'll be in there too? I stripped of all my hard work on the case. Farting? Yes, Mr. Sholmes. No, Mr. Sholmes. Aren't you clever, Mr. Sholmes? That's all the things I'll be getting. Inspector, if the man is proving detrimental to the yard's activities, perhaps I should step... Huh? What? Judge, this sounds like a threat. Judge, remove him from the court. This sounds like a threat. Wish I was one of those fries. Wish I had one of those fries. Perhaps I should step in and deal with him?
Ah! Oh no, the fries!
It appears Inspector Gregson is a loss for words. Yes. Oh no, I mean, yes. The Reaper's words carry a lot of weight, obviously. Holy shit. Sleep with one eye open. Apparently, Sherlock. Harlock.
Anyway, the point is, that little Japanese bloke's already admitted it. He admitted that those books all over the pavement at the scene were the ones he bought that day.
Okay. They don't even mention it, they just kind of confirm it. Ugh. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? I still have one thing to press. If you're unable to sway the... I know. Mr. Naruhodo said the seal. There's another way I have to express it. Unable consistency. Yeah. Second to last. So, the shop is called Bourbon Books, is it?
That's right. That's the closest second-hand book that accused logic.
Fucking, that's the mess rubbing off of me. Now I'm reading accused as accursed.
And to get from there back to his room, he would have gone right past the very spot where the incident took place.
If I could just confirm one point. Can we be sure that the defendant really did visit Bourbon Books on the day in question?
Well, we haven't actually confirmed it, no.
You haven't confirmed it? Why the devil not, Inspector?
Well, the thing is, the shopkeeper's gone on a trip, you see. Left the morning after the incident to collect more stock, I'm told.
That's suspicious. Why would he just suddenly be gone after the incident, huh?
So we haven't been able to ask the bloke if the accused visited his shop on the day in question or not.
Objection to sexy man threatening murder. Oh, he can threaten to murder me any day. I wouldn't mind that. Well, in that case, what did the defendant himself have to say about it? No recollection.
What?
According to the statement he made at the time, the accused had no recollection of where he'd been. Oh, come on, Mr. Natsume. Of course he doesn't.
The bloke clearly had his head in the clouds whenever he's walking about town. He claims he just wanders into whatever bookshop he happens to be passing and rarely notices the name.
I should say that one ought to learn to look where he's going, at the very least. So, it's just as I thought then. Is something the matter? Inspector, you may continue with your testimony.
Okay, I know what to do. Shush.
Then I present the receipts. I got the receipts, bitch. I got the tea. If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. Wait, I'm kinda scared. Usually when he does the shifty eye thing, it's wrong. Oh shit, did I do it wrong?
What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know.
This is the receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books.
And you found that in the accused's room, did you?
Wait, are we allowed to do that? I feel like if I did that in modern times, it would be considered like tampering with the evidence or something. But, no, I guess not really, because it wasn't in the crime scene per se. Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. The receipt was issued from a bookstore called Your Books. Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume. Yes, my lord. So, Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, The bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books.
What?
Wait. 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 No, he could just say he doesn't understand it. No, he can't say that because then he will be like deemed unfit to be the defense attorney. He can't say that because that would be like the first incriminating thing he'd do. Well, no, it's not incriminating, but that would like disqualify his chances. Wait, so I just realized. Oh shit, I can't remember the exact wording. But if this is true that Sholmes led them to Bourbon Books, then that means Mr. Great Detective was wrong. And that's all that matters to me in this fact. Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop?
Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that... Well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it. Yes, for what difference it makes. Whether the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. I disagree. I mean, after all, aww. I know it's him just like struggling to figure out his defense, but I like to say that I disagree, but oh no, I said something rude to Mr. Van Six. No, oh no. I have the street map here, if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this place, please. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would most certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if you take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, Ryu, I feel like you make this argument when you find out where exactly that bookstore is. It may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be? Could that be true? My. It rather depends. Wait, I kind of want to... I kind of default into some archetypes for them, but what if I do like a Valley Girl voice, like Mama? It rather depends on where the other bookshop is, but I do declare it might be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely. It absolutely could be right. Could. Valley Girl. Victorian era maiden Valley Girl version. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment?
Well, obviously we looked into that. It turns out that Your Books is just here in the next corner of Mersham Street going east.
Okay. And there you have it. As you can clearly see now. Oh. I love how the music faded for that. No! My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown. Holy shit. Holy shit. The way he regales us with such witticism. I can't believe he just called someone else a clown in court. That is such a good reaction image to your future career in the circus. Oh my god, that is such a good response to everything.
You put that glass down now, or I'll put it down for...
Susato, no!
I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. If the accused was going from your books instead of Bourbon books, there's no doubt he would still have passed the place where the victim was stabbed.
Yes, thank you, Inspector. Allow me to reiterate my learned. Oh, he calls me Mai. Oh, I am his. I'm ignoring every other word in this sentence except for the Mai. Oh my god. I just read the full sentence. Holy shit. That was such a bad text box to swoon. Shit. Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. I'm sorry. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. I'm sorry. As I suspected, you can't fool me. I don't suggest you try.
What did I say? I've had enough of this now.
Beg your pardon. Terribly sorry. But would you mind repeating that? Mr. Naruhodo. Damro leaves some of the... That depends. Did he pay for those bottles himself or were they like court issued? I just realized the implications after they said the court is issuing him wine just to do that shit. But yeah, if it was out of his own pocket, he can do whatever he wants in it. He doesn't have to share. Even though that would make him a good person, which, as we know, they mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Ah, he's absolutely right. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. I am telling you this very, very explicitly. Huh? Because obviously there is only one way to get back to his apartment. They claim Mr. Sasuke's son must have passed the location of the incident on his way to your books, but... Raise an objection! That is the name of the game. Objection! The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Oh, you know that it could have been flawed. You just like rubbed it in my face to make me feel sad. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back to his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked. Bro, that's how they get their money. What? They get their money by putting on a show where Van Zix is a prosecutor. Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out. Oh my god. Stop it with the clown thing. This is actually brutal. That route is what is commonly referred to as the long way around. On a cold winter night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't, in other words. The accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
But, yes, I've got it. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home.
You think the second one looks shorter? That's the guile. I feel like they're about the same though. Unless they're suggesting like this part because it isn't like wholly straight and like you have to do the some like what do you call it? It's a bit of like a fork in the road. Well, it's not really a fork in the road, but it's a bit slanted, which makes it like longer compared to just going to like the straight roads. I feel like that's what they're trying to suggest. But they look like about the same, if not for that like one bump in the fork of the road. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection.
That's right. As I said, the monk seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home.
I don't believe this! I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors?
No! But even if that is the case, it's still... Oh no!
Oh god. Oh dear. Oh my.
I agree with Lord Van Zakes. Wholeheartedly and in every way.
What? I don't believe it.
Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now.
Very well, in that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Yuzai!
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 Yuzai! Yuzai!
Well, that was a quick case. Well, game over, guys. Thank you for dropping by the stream. It was a nice one. It would appear the jury's leading is unanimous. Peel yourself off of the table, Ryunosuke. Come on, we have work to do. You know that a guilty verdict isn't a unanimous guilty verdict isn't actually a guilty verdict. That was pretty epic. I know, right? Courts back in the Victorian era Britain was fucking hardcore. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen. You serve Queen and the country admirably.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Come on, we have a summation examination to do. Peel yourself off. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of Query, not yet willing to give up and die. I don't know what you're saying, but bruh. So, I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Right of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his uncus? What is uncus? Uncus? Do we win? Nah, apparently we're losing. Refusing to throw in his alley. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Dart just coming in ever so often going like, did we win yet? And John Mulaney voice, no! For pity's sakes, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why it can only have been the victim? The man wouldn't have gone. What voice did I give this fucker again? The man wouldn't have gone around houses in his way back from the bookstore, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful!
I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing.
Oh my god, there isn't actually any consistency seeing. Holy shit. Your books. Nice job, Dad. But Mormon books? No, not worth a visit. Those aren't like those aren't significant to the case. Like especially the old man and like the tough guy. What? With only minor exceptions, the reasons for findings to defend guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Ugh. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Ugh. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible! How could he possibly make a case for the defense? You should have done it last night! Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their mind. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. I didn't want to. That was lazy. Okay, fine, sure. Hi, Lion. Hello. Long time no see. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. I'm trying to take a sip, and every time they have like a dialogue. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Broken English, don't worry. There are plenty of broken English and broken reading here. Come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. Hey! Hello! I'm gonna say Elizabeth Odyssey already admitted it to himself. Lesson for his eyes, why it could only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. And the poor woman was like from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. These two aren't helpful at all. Should I just press? Fine, let's press all of them. Excuse me, but aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Okay, I did like 3 takes to get that voice back. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face. Or the side of it anyway. Oh my god, look at the cheeky little smile on his. Don't worry. Knowing Ace Attorney, it's going to. You could be back, and I'm still on this guy's testimony. Oh my god, that's so mean, Lion. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. Oh, down under? He's Australian? He's Australian, holy shit. And it was all gone swimmingly until they started fossicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. Wait, how come you don't have like a trial going on? I was assuming because of how the trial ended that you were like under suspicion of murder now. Are you allowed to be a juror if you're under suspicion of being a murderer? You had me and that young hatter pegged? Yes, I was pegging both of you. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Now, there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around, and the police have been badgering me non-stop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. Oh no! First, are you good? And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who's isn't. Are you sure this isn't something personal? Why is he allowed to be the juror in this case? I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. Thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history, which is exactly why I'm saying, why is he allowed to be a juror for this case, knowing you're the defense attorney? Like, and it can't have been that long to decide who the jurors are gonna be, right? The case is literally like 2 days ago. Oh dear. I wonder what's become of Mr. First. No! Don't tell me something happened to First! No, what happened to First? You're right, that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quiet. Sorry, I'm having burps. That's precisely my point. Clearly, that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly, that funny little Nipponese man with a disturbing mustache is the culprit. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Lion. I have some iced tea left over, but I also have another cup full with water. And I have just drank my last drop of iced tea. So it was fair play. Who was fair play? Yeah, that guy next to him is fair play. Right? Oh my god, I hope nothing happened to First. I'm gonna be so fucking sad. I'm actually invested in their relationship, or lack thereof, to be honest. That funny little Nipponese man with a disturbing message is the culprit. But let us not forget, madame, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward. Honestly, claiming the woman is simply collapsed before his eyes. But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, I couldn't say. After all, you... Oh... God... This lady is extremely racist and I am not going to read that. Drop implies liquid, but ice is solid, so is it water or ice? That's for me to know and you to find out, Isle. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. Oh my god! Fucking go for her, Ryu. Go for her neck.
I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely that conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime.
Okay, I'm kind of glad that I gave you like a stupid accent now. You are horribly racist.
If no one else would have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple.
Her argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must say.
Oh my, you're too kind, my lord.
That went well for her. Okay, to this day, shut the fuck up though. I'm going back to the old, the plain looking dude. I don't know what voice to give him. Like, how do I do a basic Joe voice? But you can't deny that there are other routes Mr. Natsume would have taken back from your butts.
Ah, yes, like you drew on the map, you mean?
What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely.
Ooh, I like this little confident little sprite.
But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true.
And at the moment, there's no proof that shows he did it, is there?
June does fight for his accent. He doesn't have an accent. That's the problem. Whenever I look at these characters, there's like something that sticks out to them, right? Like the girl, the racist girl, is really snooty. Or they're like a couple of tough guys here, and then there's like an old man. But when I look at that dude, there's literally nothing that says anything about his character. He's literally just like some average Joe. Well, that's the truth as well.
And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he?
Well, yes, that's annoyingly true.
Winter nights and dark and cold. So the way I see it, you just want to get home as quickly as possible.
Well, yes. I guess all this true.
So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home through Briar Road.
I'm supposed to be convincing you here. Ryu, you're doing a bad job.
I'm giving it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind in a whim like he did.
That he did it. I mean, if there was some logical explanation why he might have gone to Calabash Road. The Calabash Roadway. Oh my god, I'm blanking again. It'd be different.
I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would.
A reason why Sasuke-san might have taken the longer way home. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. Why are you? Whatever is the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garadeb, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume his room. The master's wife? Where did you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid, you understand? She's keeping up that charade? Ugh, this is going to be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'd been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Oh god, this is so awkward. Yes, that's right. Although he's only been in a little over a week now. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Oh my goodness me, yes! He's just a sort. Oh god, why did you ask Anthony Inosuke? What? Spending all his time in that dark and dingy room,
sporting an unscrupulous mustache. The man never speaks, and don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he would be building a bomb in there or something. Oh dear, poor Mr. Natsume. How could people say such a thing about him? He's just a harmless bookworm, nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so... Ninosuke! Anyway, I'd better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She isn't enough... She said enough damning things already. I know, right? She's attacking all introverts. Okay, the shit you're saying doesn't make sense, and let's press you anyway. A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. Ah. The likes of you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. Why did you go here then? If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do my wife and kids. Then why did you go here then? Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and work's taken, it's tough. Then why are you here? This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap laborers to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slog from dawn till dusk, I tell you. Oh, it is even. So, you were digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just around the corner from where it all happened. By that old bookshop it was. What? Another coincidence? That's right. Meersham Street? Where's that? Oh, it's up here. Wait. Oh! Oh! Are you suggesting that the roads were under construction and that's why he had to take the long way around? Huh. Meersham Street. On the map, Mr. Naruto, there are only three named streets. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point of that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir, it's important. Fine, I'll do it then. Why are you here? I was thinking Meersham Street. Is this the same? If I press it, it's still the same. Oh, it's not. So, if I understood correctly, you're a day laborer and you were doing road maintenance that day. That's right. Like I said, if I try to lower my voice, I can't do like a growly voice. But I won't lie, I feel like he should have like a low and slow voice because, like, you know, he's big. I wanted to like a growly voice for him because he looks so like aggressive, but I feel like low and slow it is. That's right. Like I said, you get a lot of you get a lot of burst gas and water pipes underground in the middle of winter. It's the only time of year fellows like me can actually make a few bombs. And I'm missing out today. Then why are you here? And what you say from dawn till dusk? Well, that work has to be completed within the day, see? Coaches or pedestrians can pass. No coaches or pedestrians can pass while it's happening. A lot of I wonder if I could trouble you, sir. To mark on this street map the exact location of the work you were carrying out. Give it here, then. Let me have a look. Right, let's see then. Oh,
Here we are, Mersham Street. Yes, it was just here. It was just here, like... It was a tiny thing, I can tell you. We had to get through all the drifts of snow that had frozen solid. And what sort of time did you finish the work? Well, we started in the morning and we can't have finished before God's 6, I'd say. The snow had stopped coming down, but it was a long past dark for sure.
That means the road work was still going on when Miss Green was attacked around 5 o'clock. Roadworks at Beershop Street, huh?
I feel like that's an inconsistency then. Isn't that what like the basic bitch was asking for?
Huh, Starbucks. Nice job that. Sorry? Fold it? You say? Fold what?
No. What I said was, hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often?
I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about.
And at what Wait. I just realized something while I was reading that. Chonto mate. He has a green coat as well. And at what time did you visit your books in the day in question? Look, he has a green coat as well. They look very similar. Oh. Do they even have the same hat? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Wait, an Irish accent? What? No. If I had like an Irish accent, I would have used that like in the last case. So there was literally like an Irish man there. I was trying to channel my inner Jacksepticeye, but all it came out was like a Scottish accent, more like if you could change your fate, would you?
Well, I was picking out books there all afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left.
Irish? I don't know how to try Irish. If I knew, I would have done it last case. Oh yes. Oh my god, plop.
That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day. Includes the day. Wait.
Just before 5, you say? Did I like come up twice? Oh my god, plop.
Exactly when the victim was attacked.
Oh my god! Plop, you can't just write that in chat. I'm gonna get in trouble, I think. Are you sure about the time?
Oh, yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget the day in a hurry. After that dreadful time I had.
What do you mean?
Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. And knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Because I am not. This happened on Calabash Road.
That's right. I live in Cornpipe.
We have that in the map? In the map? In the map? Cornpipe? Nope, we don't have it anywhere.
In Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books.
Juror number 6, I must insist. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, this is a very cursed conversation. That you add that information to your formal testament. Testament. Statement. It may very well be extremely significant.
Sorry, extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now.
It sends shivers down my spine to hear the numbers of jurors who can visit Mr. Natsuma's guilt. But I can't help feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective. I agree. It's irrelevant of what some of them are saying that sets us shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't really incriminate Mr. Natsume of anything. That's something. We must use that to our advantage, Mr. Naruhodo. Cunningly. Yes, you're right. Let's listen to the jurors again. Carefully. If any of their assertions are at odds, I'll pit them mercilessly against each other. Yes. No. Yes. Don't hold back. Pit them all against each other. Wait. Is the old man's statement different now? Okay. Wait, I'm gonna... And that was around 5 o'clock, you say, the same time as the victim was attacked. I don't know anything about the girl who was stabbed, but my dinner's on the table at the same time every day. And for the record, could you please identify the precise location of your fall? Goodness, it was eons ago now. I'm not sure I can... You literally just said you were in a hurry. It was 3 days ago. Try dredging your memory, please. Well, let me see. It was especially slippery around about... Ah, yes, I remember now. It was just at the corner here. What happened to you there? Were you alright? Well, you don't get too many people down Calabash Road, you see. So there was no one around when I fell. No one around when I knocked myself out. No one around when I came to again. And no one around when I sneezed. Oh, poor man! So I picked myself up and went back to my nice warm house where my grandchildren were waiting for me. Oh, that's kind of sweet. A sad and lonesome picture you paint, sir. You were fortunate that I frozen to death. Yes, how lucky that he wasn't more seriously injured. True. It sounds like it was very nearly another hospital admission, or worse. Ah yes, one more thing. Were you wearing that same green overcoat on the day of question? Absolutely. It's the only coat I have. And again in the morning to dry out properly. Good job too, or I'd have had nothing to wear there, here. So count your blessings, I say. Ho ho ho. I suppose you should. This gentleman certainly had a close shave there. Ah, God damn it, it's again. Why do you have to like run this over every time? Okay, so I'm getting like... If said a woman green collapsed before his eyes, why it can only have been the victim. But now, we know that another green coat wearing person slipped. The man would have gone around the houses on his way back to the bookshop, not in Windsor. So he's saying here that no one would go the long way around during winter, but we learned from this guy that the roads are actually under construction on the day. So I feel like you can hit this to that. Those two statements are clearly at odds with one another. At odds, counsel. Explain yourself. Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. What? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3. Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? The very rare walking animation. Think. I really love how like he sways his hip out when he does that. Wee-hee. Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implication of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited his bookshop, I'm not used to that word, to his bookshop to purchase a number of second-hand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Meerschaum Street, making it impassable. Which means the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Meerschaum Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course! Well, what do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? He is slowly starting to become Russian. We must have had a good 2 yards or more of this pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So, the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose that was he must have. I suppose that must be true, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, but I will look at you like a touch show. We see now that he had no choice. Yes! Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, if I may, I have no this voice has no consistency. Yes. I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see the trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. What about you, sir? Who? Me? Well, alright then. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in. Oh, if there was a hole in the prosecution, it would definitely it should definitely be filled. I'm just saying. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. That was wonderful. Well, we managed to change a couple of minds at least. It's strengthened our position somewhat. I miss Van Zieks. Can we stare at him again? Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider your stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if we could justify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume, we might be able to tip the balance completely. Yes, that's exactly what we've got to do. It's looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent. By whatever means we have to at our disposal. Hello, ads. Goodbye, ads. What did that say? You fucking ads. You made me miss Mr. Van Zieks. Or not Mr. Van Zieks. Cubbyhole. Sorry, my nose is stuffed. Ooh. Oh shit. Ow. I sniffed so hard it hurt. Ooh, that burned. Sorry about that. I sniffed so hard it hurt my brain. Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. Oh, I can't press them now. I have to say not guilty at this point, so I will see where this trial goes from here. Okay, so I'll just add like a whimsical lilt to his voice because he's always just creepily smiling, looking into your soul, but also at the same time looking through you as it looks like he can see past you. So I feel like this is it. I feel like I have to put this old man and this like racist woman. Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6.
Ma, whatever do you mean, sir?
I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was louder or anything. Wait, I'm scratching my eye. Ooh! Oops. With an extra burp to cover that squeal. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to Your Books and purchased a number of second-hand titles, and then returned home on foot. But the man says he had no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, yes! we are well aware of all this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously. Can we really be sure of that, madam? Whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. The same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim, who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over in the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! My goodness, do you baby? Oh great, he has it too. It's infectious. That's right, I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. Are we really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat, whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes, was the jolly old gentleman at the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Well, look at that. My goodness me.
Sorry? You need to pee?
I am a fucking child. Pee pee poop poop jokes just get me. And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person whom Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly... Wait, Naruhodo. As you're saying this, I'm finding inconsistencies in your argument. Like the books. Like that's what he said, he dropped the books, and the books were found near the lady. That, oh my god. Oh no, Naruhodo. There seems to be a problem here. Pee pee poo poo. The crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home.
Oh my!
You idiot old... No, don't be mean to him! If you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming around there, would have boxed this off hours ago. And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat? Don't be mean to old man!
What did you say to me? It is a crime for the elderly to walk on the streets these days. Huh? Is it a crime to sleep over in the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it?
My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but... You'd like to change your leading, I presume. Oh, look at him, he looks so tired of their bullshit.
I do declare that I would. I should like to call for the verdict of not guilty.
Thank you.
And I would too.
What?
Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Well,
No, it's good for me. Well, the submission examination said and eyes 2, but the A's 2, the nose 4. So the nose have it. Hot milky, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus amongst the members of the jury. The trial will continue. Oh no, what are you gonna do now? Could it seem churlish? Churlish of me to drink from my hollow chalice chalice? Why do I always like flub up on that word? Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hollow chalice moments after raising an objection? Only to crush it in disgust? Pray, forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zeeks.
It seems I must retract my earlier remark.
What do you mean?
I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Oh my god, are you allowed to do that? Because don't you want the jurors on your side as well? Yet, we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern. Oh my god! Some of these I know aren't like technically racist, but also some of them like feel really wrong to say. Hey!
Whatever do you mean?
I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed, stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sir. That's right. Wait, my nose. Sorry, that was That's right. Took me the whole day, and they paid me a measly tuppence for it. Now, my learned Japanese friend, help. Do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represent? Honestly, I have no clue. Should I be impressed or horrified at how like they make some simple generic insult seem so racist? If I'm honest, I have no clue, no. Same! 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Thanks, Sato-san. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. But the juror number 5 said it himself that like everyone had to turn back when they were working. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Are you fucking suggesting that he like jumped over it now? Would you not agree, my stalwart friend?
Me? I can't say you're wrong, no. What?
And did you perchance erect? I will have you know I'm erect. A sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works?
I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time.
No coaches would have had the hope of passing anyway, and we just turned any gentlefolk back when they came. Kids just jump right over us all the time.
Oh shit, I gave him Van Zeek's voice. Fuck.
The accused is no gentleman as far as I can see. That is so rude. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. Ah! Is that true? Is it?
Ha! I will have you know. I will have you know.
Wait. Okay, this is wrong. This is long. I will have you know that I am actually wearing a skirt. So I don't have pants. Okay. The incontrovertible. What the fuck is that word? Wait, I need a fucking moment to read through those letters. Incontrovertible. The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying. This is like the biggest inconsistency. Even if you say like Miss Natsume isn't one to jump, the books were found around the victim. Yeah, there's nothing there. I forgot it. Not VTube Studio. OBS cut me off, but hello, there it is. It cut my head off, but there it is. I'm only wearing a skirt.
Hey.
There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road. There can be doubt. There is doubt. Like, the road thing is my biggest weapon against that, but yeah, the books is also his biggest offense. Crushed in a single sentence. Hey John, you're late. And old man.
Old man? You can talk.
You can talk. You can talk. Oh my! What were you thinking he was? Were you thinking he was a statue? You know what, same. With a sculpted face like that, I too would assume he's like a statue of the gods. You say that at around 5 o'clock in the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. You're wearing nothing happened. You are wearing nothing half expected to see a ginormous penis. Ah yes, also known as my third leg. Pray, was there a suspicious looking Nipponese behind you at the time?
Oh, I can't say as I remember.
You don't remember? How about a wager, my learned friend? You said it was this old man that the accused saw. But I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. Order! 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 Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself. My lord, if you had such a turgid argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination? I thought it was a rule that like the prosecution can't speak during the summation examination. Yeah, I can. If I spin it around, I can fly away. I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I know he's like belittling me, but I also like to imagine that he's at Tsundere and that like that's just an excuse, and the real reason he's like holding off some really compelling arguments is that he just wants to spend more time with me, so that our time together in the court are longer. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. Well, yeah, I use that to my advantage. We know they're easily swayed, that's why we do it. But My hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel.
Do you want me to feel for you?
Codes are up! Oh my god, his titties are so big. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. No, it's not. You took off your coat, so we've barely just begun. What are you talking about? My lord. The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. It's... next witnesses?
Mr. Naruto, do you not remember? Clearly not. He has a fucking memory of a squirrel.
We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yes, I remember. One of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright, no matter who Van Zieks brings to the stand as his witnesses, and no matter what they say, I believe it's Sasuke-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until this battle is over. Oh. Sorry, I had to burp. Right as they appeared too. Okay, let me just save. It's been a while. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. Oh god. Oh shit, what voice do I give him? He's sleepy.
Constable Rolly Beats, nothing to report to the streets, And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town's hero's wife.
What's the story here?
Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we've celebrated our first anniversary only the other day.
No. It was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Must be kept up late at night. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed. Apart from their rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know. They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check that meters are reading true, and they're responding to keep the streets clean, and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights.
There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all.
Bro got him on a leash, literally. I think I heard him like... I think I heard like a bone crack the moment she tugged it, to be honest. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet. I'd have collapsed long ago. But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crime on his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor. And a man of silver. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beat?
That's right, sir. Isn't it, Aroli? Constable Rolly Beats. Nothing to report in the streets,
I love the music for him though, it's so whimsical. What a great witness he's going to be. Oh no, get the music back! Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw at the afternoon of the incident.
Yes, sir!
Okay, oh god.
It was our wedding anniversary and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running away. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at the nearby police box. It was definitely the Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him as clear as day.
Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say.
Okay, Plop. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Oh dear. This policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume in the scene. At the scene, even. Yeah, focus on your work.
My nose is itchy.
See you again next time, bruh. If the testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be squashed or quashed.
It's death now, in fact.
Baka.
Because the alternative was never viable in the first place. What an unfortunate be chancing? And on your wedding anniversary too.
Oh, I know, but I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that.
Gosh,
The life of London Bobby sounds very hard indeed.
indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon.
What do you mean by that?
My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without a doubt the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less. So you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except the man's so tired his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense, commence the cross-examination, please.
Yes, my lord.
Wedding anniversary. No time to change after work, you say. Are you also a member of the police, Mrs. Beat?
Oh, no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply.
Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you?
I think Broly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down to the ground, doesn't it, darling? Daddy?
I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading over the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy.
Oh, no, Rolly. I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes.
The uniform stays on in bed.
Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy.
Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you had finished your beat that day, correct?
Yes, that's right, sir. Yes, although I was fit to drop, to be honest, after spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and the queen to the end.
What's that now?
My warrant card, sir. proof that I'm a London copper. He had a noble founding participates in the force principles of the force written on it to remind us all take two. It is a noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sa! And for such a noble cause, I cover 20 miles every single day without fail and without a grumble. Because I know that the plodding of my boots is all Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into that then. Oh my god, don't be so mean! But sa! Just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beat put up with a lot of being married to a Bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. Ew, heterosexuals, get him off of my screen. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps. Ryunosuke does not like most straight people. He said no, I do not want to witness this heterosexual love. And then kind of describe what happened next. Make the silhouettes appear in a fog. Two silhouettes. That's right, they were coming toward us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. Oh god, isn't that suspicious? There was a rather plump figure followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim has as pictured in this print, and like Mr. Natsume. Yes, unfortunately it does. And you're certain that at the time there was nobody else nearby? Oh, yes! Quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights at Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? Oh god. Yes, that's right. Of course, there was a light fog on the ground, but Briar Road is dead straight, and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's street lighting as well. I didn't see any other pedestrian. Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer, please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure of what you've just said? Sir, as a couple who spends all day, every day keeping watch on the street, I swear to it, sir. And I'm sure, as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. You're still maintaining there was no one else around other than the victim and the attacker. I'm starting to see that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsume, did it? They've led the scene all to convincing. Thank you. I believe you have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened at the crucial moment that followed? Scattered something. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time, but then we got closer and realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? Oh, yes, that's right. It was some old books. I see, old books. Yes, sir! The culprit had dropped a number of them, all around where the victim lay on the pavement. Indeed, as clearly pictured in the photographic print. That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed. Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker.
saw him. It was a man.
It was a man in the dark without question, sir.
The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, the stub nose, everything. Any more insults you want to throw in?
That's right. He looked down at the poor defenseless woman with those terrifying, intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his books into the pavement and ran away.
I see. This is tough. They seem as though they're telling the truth here. May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Now please, continue.
Yes, sir.
Was it your husband who went to fetch help?
No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am a proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling?
Huh? Yes, that's right. I asked Mr. B to go. It was off duty that made that point, but a puppy's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Preserving the scene of the crime is a task of considerable importance. That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on the crime scene, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia that way to the police box for the beat an incident fell under so I could go and report it.
I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the bobbies on duty. There is nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know.
And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens.
Oh, please. You're making us blush. Isn't he, darling? Dasa! Patricia da!
Let's move on. He is really tired of these heterosexuals in front of him. But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas streetlights, would you? Oh god, no. Oh god. Oh god, please. Careful, lady. You're gonna break that guy's neck. And I know how painful it is to have someone you love dearly die of a broken neck.
We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know.
Right.
The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you that the fog was already light, didn't he?
Ah, yes, one of the fog. We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live in it, of course.
Oh, it is. When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm.
Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about?
The constant fog makes your eyes very sharp, you see.
Oh god, I really thought he was gonna fall over.
That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't be, darling.
It got dark. It's the truth, though. Yes, it was the accused, no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the gut-like eyes, the taut mouth, the stub nose. Unmistakable, sir! As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any questions. It was Soseki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime. So, that's it. Is it? That's their entire testimony.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beat saw what they say they saw. They saw what they say they saw.
Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Royal Road. Yes, I feel the same. So, if that's true, where does it leave us? The members of the jury are sure to call for guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh no! Then what do we do? If
Every single day, his name haunts me.
If Kazuma-sama were here, what are they trying to say? I think he would try to find a contradiction between a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony. What do you mean, somewhere else? Their statements about saying Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you can identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them, to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of this day is accurate. Oh, right. Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in this statement somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion.
Why do I always seem to be so up against it?
Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Oh, yes, of course. What is it? Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so...
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is making me think of like very concerning things. Is that man alive? Did that man actually consent to being wed to this woman? Oh my god.
It seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it.
What? No, it's not. It's not. Remember.
My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail, everything. Like. Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one. I could. Every single one.
Oh my god.
And you dare question how reliable my testimony is?
I wasn't.
That will do, Mrs. Mead. No, I won't. It won't do at all. The Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Rolly will.
I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fist down.
Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. Mead.
What is keeping this man? I have no clue. Maybe that pussy that good.
Might that appease you? Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling?
Oh god. Okay.
Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say.
Those purchased by the accused at a nearby second-hand bookshop on the day in question.
After I paid in the police box for help, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I'm a proud policeman's wife after all. I did it for Rolly.
Rolly.
And what was your husband doing at the time?
Oh, he was lying face down on the stone getting some well-deserved rest.
He works ever so hard, you know. Ever so hard. Don't you, my darling?
Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime. This man, I know, right?
Well, Mr. Beat, seeing as you've regaled the court with tales of your power of recollection, or Mrs. even,
I wish they... I mean, nah, it's just me being dyslexic as fuck. But yeah, when the MR Mr. and MRS Mrs. appeared, they confused the fuck out of me. I kind of wish they just like wrote it out like MISTER Mr. and MISSUS Mrs. Would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene? Okay. Okay, this is definitely going to lead to a contradiction. They just literally give us something to contradict them with. The picture of Monsieur Lecoq, a meal for Gabarau, and Canterbury Yearnings. Okay.
I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening?
Somebody help him. I mean, if he's purposely staying there because of her, because he likes something of her, I don't think there's anyone can help this man.
There was the picture of Monsieur somebody or other, the what's its yearnings, and there was a meal for someone.
The last was, wait, 4?
And the last one was definitely the thingamy something. You see?
Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory. It was 4 books, huh?
Oh well. They were all along those lines, I'm sure.
There were indeed 4 books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it.
Well, what did I tell you? So I think it's very mean you've been implying that my testimonies can't be trusted.
No, it's literally what a defense attorney is supposed to do.
Don't you agree, darling?
Oh god. Oh my god! He brought a gun! Put that gun down, sir, please!
Anyone who upsets my Patricia will have to answer to me too.
Okay, so it looks like it's mutual then. But also, I'm very concerned that they both have blonde hair and the strikingly same shade of blue eyes. I'm not saying anything, but it's very... I'm not saying anything. But please put the gun away. This is a courtroom. Terrifying. Even Van Ziggs is scared of the heterosexuals. Yes, she really is. Nope. I'm really glad that the lady decided to bring up inconsistency herself. I don't even need to be here. They're just gonna make it easier for me. Okay, I'm skipping all of these. Present. Oh, this receipt is coming in handy. Oh, whoa, holy shit, I was going to present it in the wrong place. This is the one, right? Because I really wish the text box was regarding... Oh, it does say! I can tell you the 4 books! Okay. This is it. So, you're saying that there were 4 books?
That's right, I remember all of them. The picture of Monsieur somebody, what's it yearnings, the meal for someone, and the thingamy something.
No. I'm sorry, Mrs. Beat. But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours.
Oh no! What flaw?
Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4.
What?
This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books. Your books? Yes, it details Mr. Natsume's purchases that day. And as you can see, only 3 books are listed.
Only 3? But no, that can't be. I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you. 4 dirty old books. Oh, really? Well, have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. Oh, makes me wonder. Could I have, like, presented the picture or not or the receipts? That would be cool. There were, like, different avenues to prove your point. That's kind of nice. And as you can see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books. But I just don't believe it. I saw them there. I saw it. I saw them. No, madam. I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon. Wow. Grr. So, it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No! Can you please quiet down? This is a courtroom. Oh god. It's plainly evident that it is your power of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend. What? Oh my god, there he is again. What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. The fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. So, you've striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? He's in right through me. Oh no, I'm naked in his eyes. Oh no. But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you. What are you talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every aspect. Respect. Oh! You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene of Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found. But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right, only 3 can be seen in that print. That print? You mean to say... God damn, he didn't even take a sip out of that cup. He literally just threw it. Allow me to present another one. One that shows the victim's hand. The lion's pride. I don't believe it. It's the 4th book. Why the prosecution once again holding out evidence? I'm gonna fucking kill him. Not really. As you'll observe, the 4th book has hidden from view in the original print by the victim's source. Why didn't you submit this then? I know, right? Throwing wine at fire. I'm sure that never creates a big fiery blaze that explodes. Order! Order! There, you see? Look at that! Look! Yes. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling? Yes, sir! Patricia's always right, sir! Let us study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Mrs. Beat, the title once again, if you please. Oh, yes, of course! The picture of Monsieur somebody or another. The picture of Monsieur Lecoq. What's it, yearnings? Canterbury yearnings. A meal for someone. A meal for Gabriel. Can I Google that? How do you say that? Wait a second, Googling that. How do you pronounce that in French?
I'm googling that 1 fucking second. It's been bothering me because it's keep appearing like several times already. Gaboriau. Pronunciation, there's literal pronunciation. Gaborio. I don't know if the chat is here net.
Gaborio.
Okay, I'll keep quiet.
Gaborio.
There it is, Gaborio. Shut up. A meal for Gaborio. As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book titles flawlessly, quotation marks. Save for a few minor details. Mrs. Beat's power of recollection can only be described as exceptional. Did you hear that, Rolly? The gentleman paid me a compliment. Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. Patricia is flawless. But there are only 3 books in the receipt, and Mrs. Beat mentioned 4. There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly, the 4th book is something which is shown in this photographic print. I'm sorry, Counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why would the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? It's not odd at all, my lord. I really love Van Zieg's music. It's so very like vampire-y, which so suits him. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim. The victim was holding her own book? I wonder, what became of that 4th book? Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard. We have it here as evidence. You will submit that a full recent photographic print in the court. My pleasure, my lord.
Ta-da! Ding-a-ling.
The prosecution rests. Okay, he takes a nap on the he takes a nap on the table. I have nothing further to add. Let me check. Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride. I'm afraid I don't know any English literature. Isn't he like an English major? So it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. The Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I have heard of a book by that name before, and very recently too. It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, so this. Oh! Look at this! The book has been badly burnt. You're right. You'll never be able to read it at this state, especially not the later pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? And red is your favorite color, just like Kazuma's headband. And what of this picture? How is this any more important than the other one? What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious, longer route to the accused lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? Oh, I ran into that one, didn't I?
You see? Everything we've said is true. Isn't it right, my darling?
Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat. You guys are already married. Wait, do you have a ring? I wanna see, do you have a ring? So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions? Should the court waste any more time on this Nepalese travesty? Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. Really? This trial has run its course. Whenever they say you have heard everything or this is the last chance, it usually means this is the third of the last chances, if not more.
Mr. Naruto, I'm afraid we are in a terribly precarious position. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse.
Think, Inosuke, think. What can we do now? I'm saving. The name of the game is always objection, so objection! I'm not done yet. No, my learned friend, it's over. That last cross. I kind of mixed cross and examination and said cross-examination. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast, and there is no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but
I can't think of what to say. If I may, Lord Van Zieks, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point.
oh, the ladies! That caught the ladies' attention. Yes, baby girl. We are appealing to the female demographic now. Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly Okay, no. Listen, you're hot, but we do not insult Susato in this house, okay? Has the audacity to intervene at a moment like this. Oh! No, speak your mind, Susato. Fuck him. I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So, you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her own opinions invaluable. Aww, do you?
Mr. Naruto,
One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance. Is it though? So, the court will hear you, madame. Go ahead, Mrs. Sato. Please. Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished.
I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examinations, do you?
Mr. Naruto, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. And judging from the ask the members of the jury and I'm sure
take two.
the judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leadings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So, we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented
Oops. Oops. Sorry, Sato is full. She had a few bites before the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. Yes, I understand, and thank you, Mrs. Sato. This is it. Sato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let this go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Who? Oh, this face is so intense. He looks like he's ready to jump over the stand and like choke me to death, which I wouldn't be so overly averse to. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into the case and has hitherto been overlooked. It should be... I'm gonna save again, once again. It couldn't be anything else but the last year, right? And I'm pretty sure this thing is useless. So I'm assuming the book. So... I don't know. The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book, found in the victim's hand. We have already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel. I must concur with the prosecution of this matter. When I offered you the opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. Oh? Why did he react to that? Do you know something, Nancy? So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify the clue at once. Do I make myself clear? Oh, yes, my lord. It's, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Too late! Already twisted the book around like a basketball. Which means you must very well be on the right track. Yes, I think you might be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case, which this fourth book conceals? It should be the burnt back, right? Kokoda! I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you mean? Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp! So, we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unusual thing for her to have been doing. Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend? Oh! Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book inside hide? What does this charred book hide? A charred book. There is just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that can ascertain from the fire damage of the Soritu has suffered? Its owner. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth. about the book's owner. I beg your pardon?
But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor. After all, it's obviously hers.
The question is how the book came to be in the victim's hands has yet to be answered. However, as to the question of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers.
Good gracious, how could you possibly?
Very well. I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim the owner of this burned book?
It is Mr. Garadam.
The answer is that the book belongs to a couple who owns a house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garadam. The landlords.
Oh wait, this is you. This is a new sprite. He hasn't been shocked before.
And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for the jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garadam herself.
Oh my goodness, me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garadam's wife. I'm his maid.
Things would be so much easier if we just drop the pretense. Alright then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garadam's house?
I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir.
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say. You implicate his hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement floor. How the hell? So many happenings happened in the like so many things have happened in like that same day at that same time. A couple fighting, a couple's wedding anniversary, someone getting stabbed, someone slipping on ice, a construction work on the other street. Jesus Christ. Another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garadam's house. Good lord! What sort of incident, counsel? A fire, my lord. Oh shit, I forgot the voices. Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. I just see a bally thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called... Wait. I lost my favorite book called... That's so weird. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's also fucking weird. Book called The Lion's Pride. Oh my god. Holy shit, this face is so hot. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, I need to drink water. Holy shit. My thirst. It just went from like 50 to 100 in the mere moments it took me to see this face. Oh shit! The Lion's Pride. By Jove! The very same title that the subject of this debate. Oh dear! This is reciable. Oh no, he's hot! I should really have like a channel redeem point for oh no, he's hot. It's happened too many times. I have to. I'm adding it like after this stream. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in the fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burned to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Don't fall for the simp trap. Oh no, I am absolutely... I have fallen, I cannot get up. Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Garrideb was considerably enraged. Yeah, I'm gonna add one later. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garrideb even amid the flames. Oh, how awful! I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Raleigh? Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. She has broken your neck like 10 times in the span of an hour. Okay, I was concerned why was that white thing so long. Had all my favorite books, my old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of him, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. When the wife started hurling things at me, there was I, back against the window, under heavy fire. Incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozens. The man had his back up against the window and he had burning books thrown at him. This man is whipped. Well, to be honest, if they are whipped for each other, then honestly that's just called true love. Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through the window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime? No, a thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident. And there is no report of the Garrideb's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also had no signs of the broken glass when we visited the Garrideb household. But it is not conceivable that the window was open at the time, not even remotely. Let us not forget the season, the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Does the defense postulate the scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garrideb's wife? I believe it's a possibility, my lord. I didn't even get to read it. I didn't move it. Oh, sir. That's enough. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are. You little foreigner trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Really? Claiming that our little tiff set the whole neighborhood alight? Honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake? How could you? It's not to do with the beastly case. Not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention.
dragging up upstanding citizens' name for the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense.
Oh my god, I love that the other guy next to him reacted. Next to her.
I should box your ears. That's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. Damn right.
Here we go.
How long have you sat here now, listening to this Nipponi spouting out his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with a mustache, and he ran away from the scene too.
Okay, I won't deny I am starting to get a bit hungry. This is why I have a snack with me. I'm just gonna munch a little as the game goes on. Are you fucking kidding me? This thing was tied. And when I untied it, I found out that the plastic is also sealed too. So what was the point of tying it? Wait, I have like scissors at the next table. One moment. Ow. Crisis averted. I have my snacks. What fucking voice did I give her? It was some Valley girl voice. I did declare you why. It's true. Yes. What did I tell you? Makes sense to me.
What? Sorry, what's that?
Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zix? Nom nom. Oh my god, he has it again. In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But even one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. No, wait! The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been... Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god, I love that. I love how he just cuts us off by lifting his legs. That would definitely get me to stop talking. It actually did. If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. Oh. What? What? No, forget to discard to see this time. I fucking love. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decision regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
有罪
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 Are you Bible?
有罪
Do you even catch any of that, old man? Thank you for that unambiguous response. That's twice now. It's over. I just spat all over my pop filter. Mr. Naruto, don't give up. Mr. Sato? Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're right. Of course, the defense has the right for another submission examination at this point. Are you sure? Yeah, it's still the same case, I keep telling you. We are still on about, did you even, like, realize what happened in the me as a heterosexual man who phoned... Zeke's is beyond like the sexuality spectrum. He's just hot. He's the embodiment of hot. You can still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have no other chance. Now I'm eating aisle. My lord. The defense asked to exercise its right for a summation examination. You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve? I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. What did you have to eat, Isle? I'm eating the cheese bread I mentioned earlier now. It's no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Oh, that's a good to continue. So I've already been going on for 3 hours. 3.5 hours. Linguine with clams. With clam sauce? Oh, that sounds so good. Though I will admit I've never had like actual clams. I had like a clam soup, but it felt fake. Like I didn't know how it was made, but it felt fake. So I don't consider it. Where is he getting all these cups? Oh my god. There's actually like fat. Oh shit, I accidentally choked on the bread. There's actually fan art of it that he has like a whole like he has lines and lines of cups and wines underneath his table. That's like the fandom consensus. But yeah, I feel like, why is he drinking in the courtroom? Well, ask why people have weapons in the courtroom. That was just the first half of the case. So I feel like I should leave it at here. Unfortunately, I don't think I will be able to like well, why do people have the court? Ask the judge. Why are the bailiffs just letting people like carry guns and explosives and swords into the courtroom? And that's what I'm telling you. Don't ask me, ask the judge. But yeah, if I remember correctly, this still has like a ways to go. This is why I'm telling you, when they tell you this is your last chance to prove innocence and stuff like that, it usually means like you have like 5 hours of the case to go. And I think I will leave it today. I'm contemplating, because this could easily become a 6-hour stream, if not more, if I don't stop now. I feel like this is a good stopping point. The to be continued sections are really are my signs to take a break. But I think I will have to end the stream today, here, and unfortunately I won't be able to stream tomorrow because I've kind of decided those are my rest days, and on Sunday, I know it might be like a hard time for everyone, but I will be having a collab with other VTubers, a garlic phone collab, like I mentioned it earlier in the stream. I will have like a schedule or an announcement posted on my Twitter, so please follow my Twitter. If not for my art and memes, then just for like stream announcements. And then after that, it will be back to the regular time Ace Attorney with streams. So, my nose is itchy again. I will leave for today. And thank you everyone who stopped by. Thank you. And I will see you all. Well, if you'll catch my VTuber stream, because I know it's kind of an awkward time for other people. Especially if this is your optimum time for watching streamers. But But yeah, if you can catch me, then please do. And I will see you all next time. See ya! See ya, Dart. See ya, Al, Janne, and everyone else who's like lurking or stopping by.
Bye bye.